Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mirthwood. It has been the longest week. I feel like I've been saying that like every Friday. I'm like, it's just been the longest week, but like, my lord, it's been a stressful week. Hi, my Thina. What are you doing, baby love? Sorry, my cat just literally jumped onto my stomach out of nowhere. I didn't even know she was just sitting by my feet, but yep. Okay, we are going to load into the game. We are spring 23, so we're almost at summer. We are closing in on it. I hope everyone's doing well.
Welcome Sinister underscore Studio C.
Hello, Sinister. How are you? Sleepy. Yeah, it's just a long week. Like, things at work haven't been bad, just kind of stressful. And it's just, when you have a lot of small things, like, compounding together, it's just, sometimes it gets a little much. So, we're going to move this giant tree somewhere more out of the way. Okay, what were we doing? We're still chasing chickens. Modify the wall or floor. We're missing... Let's see, somebody's missing. Clear the blockades. Locate Ashmeyer. Seek out Sibylla. And continuing the search for clues. We're going to continue to make more iron. What kind of resources do we have? Got a queen bee. I have deer pelts. Make some leather. I still have not really found a use for leather yet. I think you can make some armors with it, but why does it look like my face is missing? That's not creepy at all. I don't have a face. But Sinister, I hope you are doing well. I hope Lily's doing well. I have missed the both of you, and I'm very sorry that I haven't been streaming as much. I've just, like I said, life has been a little rough. Okay, so that was the last of the chickadees. Like, I've just been so tired. I haven't been sleeping well. Because that spot on my back that they dealt with at the dermatologist, it's been like, really sore. And I think it's because it's right under, like, the band, like, where my bra goes around my ribs. It's right under that. So I've been keeping a Band-Aid on it just so that it doesn't, like, rub it raw. But at the same time, like, it just hurts. Oh. I'm sorry. I hope that everything gets better for you guys. I know that you guys have been under a lot of stress, too. Life is just stressful. This sucks. They're back. You've done me a service. I'm afraid I haven't much to offer, but take this hat. I'm afraid it may have been what scared them off to begin with. Good day. Oh! Oh, okay. I know what we got. Let's see. Inventory. We got a chicken hat! Hi, Miss. There, go chase your mouse. Yeah, we got a chicken hat. Affiliation comedian. I would certainly hope so. But yeah, it's life. Life is life, and it's just complicated and stressful. Ooh.
Welcome, Rose
Hello!
underscore Thorns 4.
Hello, fellow Rose. How are you? I hope you're doing well. We're just commiserating on how
Incoming
intense life has been. But I hope that you are well. One of my cats is trying to throw her little mouse toy on top of my desk because she knows that if she comes up and drops it like on my keyboard, little lady, that I'll throw it for her. So now she just immediately comes up and like yeets it onto my keyboard. She's like, "Mom, throw it." You have a nickname now? Is it me calling you Fellow Rose? I want to keep the beekeeper stuff, even though, like, we have other stuff that's better. Yeah, she's a little turd. That's her favorite thing to do. If I'm, like, playing games, especially on the weekend, she'll just come up and just, like, viciously yeet her mouse at my keyboard. And that is my sign. Mother, throw this for me. That's normally what I name my characters, because my personal saves are usually Rose. And so all of my, like, my save files for streams are Rosie, or Posy. I do either, but Posy is normally, like, if I have a second personal save file, so it's Rose is mine, Rosie is for stream, and Posy is for my second personal save. I love this game, and this is probably one that I will have multiple saves on. I feel like I want to do an evil character, but I feel like I'd be too sad to do it. I also really wish that they would show the stats of this before you buy it, because I don't know, like, I don't want to buy an armor that's going to be subpar. I want to know what is the best armor. Yeah, we Roses tend to have many different names. And it's so funny, because Rose both is and is not my real name. It's part of my name. But people who know me through streams, but also, like, through personal life, we struggle to call each other by our actual, like, names. We just end up calling each other by our stream names. Like Audio. I know Audio, IRL, and it's funny because I call her Audio sometimes, like, you know, personal, and she's like, other people are like, who? I'm like, oh, sorry, so-and-so. And they're like, oh, okay. Treats for the puppers. Okay, that means I need to go. Okay, we'll pause real quick after I get this iron. Okay, give me a second to go treat the puppers. I'll be back. Y'all can keep the cats company. Okay, the pups have been given treats. Oh. But yeah, it's just it's just funny how many nicknames you can go by. And like my mother has like 500 nicknames for me. I'm like, could you just pick one? But then again, I guess I get that from her because I have a little stray cat and I feed her, and okay, I may or may not have acquired 2 more stray cats, but they live outside. They are very well fed. But her name is actually Jeepers because she scared the living daylights out of me when I first found her. But she was living in my husband's Jeep, and so her name, unofficially, is Jeep. But also, when I go out to talk to her, I call her Lady Cakes. I call her, what is it? I call my cats Kidder Beans. My indoor babies. Yeah, they're my Kidder Beans.
Welcome Dante 1792.
Okay, treats for the kidders. Let me go treat the kidders now. I'll be back. Okay, the Kidder Beans have been treated too. They have been given their treats. It's so funny. I don't know if it's like an issue with their like coordination or what, but if you give them a single piece of food, they struggle to eat it. Like they'll sniff around a little bit. They'll kind of like, what is this? Like, they just struggle eating single pieces of food. I'm like, what in the world is wrong with my children? They're all strange. But they have been treated. I had to track them down, but... Oh, there's a cell stalker. There's a rat! It's weird that you don't get anything from the rats. You would think that there would at least be, like, something small. I mean, thankfully it's not rabies, but... I'm like trying to think where I normally find iron deposits. Because that's always the biggest thing is iron. Here's the dude who won't sell to me because I'm too nice. Oh, but did you have a barrel that I could take? Oh no, that's trade. Oh, no, there is something. I picked up mead. Well, I guess it wasn't completely useless. I have always wanted a Maine Coon. I'm like, it's a cat, but dog size. I always thought they were like the coolest ones. Yeah, my cats are very loud in the morning. They'll sit there and they'll scream, and because they sleep in the master bathroom, because they cause all sorts of mischief and chaos and they destroy things. So yeah, that's where they sleep. And like they have food, they have blankets, they have like all the toys that they could ever want, and yet they still choose to cause absolute mischief and mayhem. And so yeah, they'll sit there and they'll scream in the morning. And I'm like, cats, I'm trying to sleep. And they're just like, no, mother, you shall awaken. I'm like, oh. Like, why are we like this? I love them, but they are kind of evil. Okay, let's... So I know where Ashmere is, and I just don't want to go there yet. Because I believe there's a Spriggan on the way, and Spriggan's still... Like, even once you have a better sword and better armor, Spriggans are still kind of terrifying. I'm like, I don't like it. But I suppose we can prepare ourselves, get some more food, sell some stuff, get some iron working and whatnot. I'll age the meat before I sell it. But yes, my cat Athena, she is extremely vocal, especially when she is in the living room, but she wants mom and mom's still sleeping. She will sit there and scream, and she'll tear at the door, she'll tear at the carpet, just to be around me. Like, she just needs mom sometimes. I'm like, hi. She's the one who, when I let her in, you can hear her do the double meow, and it sounds like mama, so I say, baby, and we go back and forth doing that. That's my baby. She's a little dork, but I love her. Okay, make some more iron. We are doing pretty well on iron. Let's see. We have 7 iron bars, and we still have more iron ore, plus what's already in the smelter, so, or furnace. So, we're doing pretty good. Okay, make some mead. That's aged mead. Okay, we'll, like, quick store whatever we have. And I think I have some fish I can cook, so we'll also do that. I would say Artemis and Athena are both very chatty cats. Like, you can sit there and, like, have meowing conversations with them, and they'll just meow, meow, meow. I'm like, hi, little weirdos. But half the time I'm like, please let mom sleep. Like, I just want to sleep.
How are you doing today?
They're both adorable, and I love them, but as anyone with, kids or pets knows, like, they can be just pains sometimes. That is where we start the leather. Okay, so we're going to go on a little side quest to go find Ashmere. It's not that far away, actually, for being honest. But like I said, there can be a Spriggan on the way, and that's always delightful. Cloudy with a chance of death. Also going to be picking berries and honey and whatnot. So having a beehive is really good because you can collect the honey, and during the summer when I'm harvesting grapes, I'll be processing the grapes into wine. But as the seasons go on and when you can't produce grapes anymore, I just store all of my honey, and then as it gets, like, as I run out of grapes to process, I'll start processing the honey into mead. So I always am constantly, like, brewing or fermenting something. That is the easiest way I have found to make legitimate money in this game. Is there a silt walker around here? Sure as heck sounds like it. I don't like it! That's okay, I'm sorry. If you guys ever need to talk, I'm here, but don't worry. We will keep on keeping on. I hope that it's a good distraction for you, at the very least. What is this? Couches. And Aldous? Aldous, meet me again at our usual spot in the old forest, but should you cheat again, know that I will end you. Play fair, you dotard. I don't know how you do it, but I will find you out. Loaded. Oh, this is where we got the loaded dice. Okay. So sometimes you end up with like these special items. So the loaded dice. A pair of loaded dice. Today is your lucky day. Info. Chance to find more gold from containers when equipped. So these you can equip and they go in your offhand. So you have something to like enhance your regular stats. So now we have an increased chance of finding gold in like chests and barrels and stuff that we come across. I know that they're... I need to actually like pay attention. It's a silt lurker, not a silt walker. There's cave walkers and silt lurkers. I always get the names confused. Ooh, and iron ore. And also, charcoal is a pain in the butt. I really wish I had known about it. Okay, so here's Ashmire. Or, have I been calling it Ashmere? Ashmire. We are here. Right? Like, I want to just, like, open a container or something and all of a sudden, like, bam! I think the butcher is... Oh, it's contract. I was like, where is it? Let's see. Now there is a disconcerting tale that our former cook, Godwin, what took him, I know not. He now stalks the outskirts, a disfigured terror, carving his victims like the meat he once prepared. We fear his growing hunger. He must be dealt with swiftly. 250 gold for the mercenary who ends him, Finian. Well, I don't quite know what that was about. Okay, and then all of the traders have recipes, so remember how earlier we couldn't cook certain fish? Well, there are recipes out there, and you can just buy them and learn them. So now, if we find those fish... Oh, gosh. I hate when they stand around here because the steal option's, like, right there. Hail, stranger. Wolf's the name. Given by my father, who was named Wolf, as his father for him, and his father for him. Oh, and his father for him was named John. Say, you look like the type to help a poor peasant in need. And John's father's name? A brilliant question. Topical. John's father was also called Wolf. You see, John never fit in with the pack. God's rest him. I don't want to accept his quest right now because his quest is to give him a ruby. And those are expensive. Lose an odd face when we see one. Welcome to Ashmire. Care for a room? Or perhaps some swamp stew? About Ashmire. Most folks see us as peculiar, living out here, but we like it. And there are many dangers in the forest as anywhere. Bandits don't bother coming out here. Still, that's not to say things haven't felt darker of late, but I believe that that's true across these lands. Okay, okay, so he wants us to light the lamps on the path, but we don't have the quest yet. Okay, accepted a contract. What was the contract for? Nope, that's for the Salt Lurker Stalker. Okay. There should be a quest to fix the bridge. You know, I could use a barter system. I'd be like, I don't have any money, but... but I can give you this. And it's like a drawing of, like, a cat or something. It's like, is this enough? Why is my character's, like, permanently, like, eyes closed, so it looks like I have no eyes. That's really weird. And kind of uncomfy. Okay, I'm gonna eat some stuff. Okay, journal, contract, not contract, this one. Okay, artifacts, blockades. Oh, okay, so we just naturally have the quest. So they want us to repair the bridge between Ashmire and I think just like the regular lands. But that takes 100 wood. We do not happen to have 100 wood at the moment. There's a Silt Lurker. I can hear them and I'm just like, I don't want to go over there. Like, I don't want to do it. So the easiest place to get wood would probably be the forest. We don't have any health potions, so I don't want to try to find the Silt Lurker because it has, since it's like a quest villain or enemy, it has higher health. And that's just no bueno. So let's go and harvest the rest of the wood. And there is a fabled feather. Come on. I'm stuck. I went down the hill, couldn't come back up the hill. I want that feather. Thank you. So now we actually have enough feathers to get an inventory upgrade. We can either do an inventory upgrade or we can get another card slot, but I think right now, because my inventory is still kind of small. This one has been giving me problems of late, because the further you go, the more, like, the bigger the assortment of herbs and stuff you find, and I keep running out of room there. But then again, like, I always need room for more food, and there's banditos. Love it. And a deer. Could use that deer meat, but it's fine. I always think it's funny in, especially Skyrim, whenever you have the option to, like, increase the, or, like, you can have merchants buy and sell, like, anything. And so you're just like, I know that you're a clothing store, but I'm going to sell you this spell scroll, and you're going to give me money for it. You're like, here you go. Like, I always just found that kind of funny. Why do the Silt Lurkers have to make this weird, like, whimpering sound? I didn't like it. Where is the road that goes? Because, like, so long as you stay away, like, so long as they're right at the edge of your screen, they won't aggro. Yep. Like, it's, sometimes I just like to sell the most random things to people, or, like, I see that you're a blacksmith. Let me sell you this party dress. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. If you're like, my speech skill is high enough, I will convince you with my words to sell stuff that has nothing to do with your business. Braised eel recipe. Why does that sound gross? Okay, so we have fixed the bridge. And this part is sketchy AF. Oh gosh, yeah, because there's a Silt Lurker, and I believe there's a hag over here too. Oh, yep, there she is. There she be. Oh, don't hit me. Please, not a werewolf too. That's the last thing that I need. Okay, I'll kill the rat, but... Oh, look! A werewolf! I just need to light the lamps! That rat! I'm just here to light the lamps! Let me light your way in darkness! Return to Ivor! Run! That Silt Lurker is relentless. And I gotta go the back way. Gotta go the creepy way to avoid the silt lurker, and hopefully I don't find anything worse. Over the hills and through the woods. Ooh, another chest. It's always creepy when you can hear the enemies in the distance. I'm like, please don't. I'm like, please don't attack me. I want nothing to do with you. I am an innocent person. Okay, where? Oh, she's on the road. Oh, it's like the echoing cries that are just like uber creepy. Camp. Oh, I found the camp in the barrows. Nice, nice. Oh, and there's actually ore here too. The camps are relatively safe.
Nice to meet you. I'm Blossom.
So if you find a camp, they usually have like some ore and some useful stuff around them, and they tend to be kind of out of the way of the enemies. I had no idea that was there. See, I'm learning new things every day. She can be taught. There's another silt lurker. I really, really would like to... Oh, what is that? What are you? It looks like a trail of bones. Ew. Creeptastic. Follow the trail of bones. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No thanks. I choose life. Okay. And Ashmere is a little confusing to, like, go around. I'm like, where is everything? Okay. Good sir, I have finished your quest. You've done it, laddie. Lassie. I do appreciate hard work as I see it. We're by no means rich here. I'll spare you 25 gold for your trouble. I got chased by a werewolf, a hag, and a silt lurker. Really? What is it with him and his stew? Oh, so if we want to read this... This is, take heed. If you hail from Bright Oak, kindly spare us your presence. We want not your company, nor do we need your lofty notices. Take your grand designs afar, and leave us to our peace by the waters. Like, I'm here to help y'all, but... Oh, my character's like, I'm so sleepy. I should have slept at the camp if I had the option, but I wasn't paying attention. You know, I don't have animals yet. Let's go to the camp and see if we can sleep there. If not, then we'll just make our way back. Follow the trail of bones. What sort of nonsense? Like, I'd be the worst person in horror movies because they'd be like, well, what if we were over here? Or what if we split up? Oh, heck no! I'm like, I promise you, we are a lot harder to take on. Oh, and there's a silt lurker. Am I meant to fight you? Ow. Oh, and of course I am out of stamina. Oh, and of course I died. Yeah. I'm like, if you're gonna ask for my help and then, like, be very rude when I actually try to help, and they're like, we don't want your kind here, I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't think you needed my help. Well, you're not trying to, you know, attack me in a swamp and, you know, try to make me past tense. Okay, there we go. Get that going. Okay, and of course we have more mead, more aged mead. Oh, we can actually age 2. in this game for me is always a problem. Because I can never manage to find enough herbs to continuously brew health potions. And so I'm just constantly like, oh, that sucks. Oh yeah, I bought the thing for a steel sword. Okay. I don't have greaves yet. But I'm like, do I want copper greaves or do I want it to get the recipe for iron greaves? Do an iron. I do find pickaxes to be very useful, and I think that's what we bought the. No, what was the axe? Did I want the iron axe first? I don't remember. Because I know that we spent the money on the toolkit itself. Because I remember saying something about always needing more wood than I do stone. But we will need a lot of we'll need a lot of coal. You know, I was really hoping that would actually help my person's eyes not showing up. I don't know why her eyes aren't showing up, and it's starting to give me the creeps. Yeah, I don't remember, because I think if we get the iron one, then we can start chopping down stumps and getting hardwood, which is actually pretty useful. But if we start upgrading the pickaxe, then we can start breaking larger rocks and more high quality stuff. More cards! Artisan, your goods sell for greater profit, or Prospector, a chance to harvest extra gems. Now I'm like, do I want to upgrade and get an extra card slot, or do I want to upgrade my inventory? Because, like, inventory space is always nice. Don't know. Also, yes, if you leave stumps, the trees do grow back much faster. Why is... Apparently, I'm hitting something and my headphones keep adjusting up and down. Okay. Let's... How much money do we have? 866. Let's sleep for now. And that should bring us to... Okay, we're almost spring 25. Okay, let's do that. Let's go grab some more honey. Okay, more mead. Yes, we're always hungry. I thought I had a trout. Oh, I do. I was like, what in the world? Okay. Grab that. Grab the salted herring. Oh, I have a venison too. Cook that. Okay, so we have food. Our health is still... We're still working on that. Okay. Which one do I want to upgrade? I feel like we need to do the axe first, because if we do the axe, then we can get more wood. We can get chickens and stuff if we have one of the coops. But like I said, if we upgrade the copper, then we can have... So we can harvest limestone and boulders. I feel like I'm gonna... Yeah, we're gonna do that one. And then we can start getting more And just like that, we used like all of our stuff. Make more iron. But now we should be able to break rocks easier and hopefully harvest more ores. Oop. And then these like bigger boulders, we should be able to harvest these too. Might take a lot, but... Come on. There we go. Alrighty then. So... Still healing. I do want to upgrade our bow eventually. We can get the sturdy bow, but that takes hardwood. And we can't get hardwood until we have an iron axe. So there is that. I also would like a better sword. Because right now we have a rusty iron sword, and it's not great. But also, while we don't have the responsibilities of having animals, I think we'll do a little bit more exploring. We can go further to the east. It's always a good idea just to have a bunch of wood. Yeah, and hopefully we won't become past tense. Who is at my front door? Just 1 second, my husband came home. Pause that.
Nice to meet you. I'm Blossom. Incoming ad break.
Sorry about that. Every time he comes home, he wants to go and discuss his entire day, and I'm just like, I'm in the middle of something. I just came to say hi. Okay. Speaking of which, I should probably do an uptime. No, I don't want to. I don't want to submit Swear Like a Sailor. Yeah. He came home and I was curious as to where he was, and so I went to ask him.
Welcome Highlanders 1743.
Yeah, I went to ask him and then he just like launched into like his entire day story. I'm like, I'm in the middle of something. That's always the case. I'm just like, I'm in the middle of something, and he's just like, well, let me commandeer you and talk about my entire day. I'm like, please don't. Also, if I've had a very stressful day, he tends to be a very negative person, and so I'm like, I don't need that right now. I just need to breathe. I don't mind hearing about his day, but I also need time to myself, like, away from stress. And that's why I stream when I come home, because I'm like, I've had a really, really stressful week. Without getting into the details of my job, I have a very, very stressful job, and it's stressful in ways that most regular people can't understand. And so, like, once I'm done with the week, I'm done. And I need to be done, and I need to have some space, because with so much negativity, it's very easy to become a toxic person. And I'm like, no. Oh, I died of hunger. Well, I not died. I guess I passed out, but yeah, and that's, I feel like his issue is not realizing that I need space, and it's very important that I need space. I'm like, it is vitally important that I have some time without stress, because I become a very different person if I have no time to decompress. When it's just stress upon stress upon stress upon stress, then I start getting ugly. And even if I don't mean to, I become short and snippy. Yeah. It's just like, I don't understand, like, what part of that is, like, a difficult part to understand. But, like, okay, if Lily told you straight up, like, hey, I just need a little time, I feel like you would honor that request. Like, when I come home, I just want to change out of my uniform, and I just want to, like, relax for a little bit, do a stream, but as soon as I come home, it's, oh, this stress, this stress, this stress, this stress, and I'm like, please don't. Like, I don't need this right now. And I'll walk away so that I can go change out of my uniform, because he waylays me as soon as I come in. And I'm like, please don't. So I'll walk away to go change, and he'll follow me. Yeah, no. I'm like, just please. I think that's like half the problems that we have is just like, when I tell him, this is exactly what I need. And it's, well, I don't understand that. What is that? The land sickens swiftly as a blight claims the fruits of labor. What? I have never had that one pop up before. Is something happening to my crops? Because those are the only fruits of the labor that I have. And the only thing I hear is like the crackling of my fire. I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen that notification before. I don't know what it means. I don't like that. Like, do I just stay inside? Like, what do I do? Is it gonna pass? Like, honestly, when the ding popped up, I was like, oh, traveling merchant. And then I was like, wait, what? I was like, what is that supposed to be? Don't worry, we can have questions together. It's hard to be in a relationship when you have two different personalities. Like, he and I have very different personalities. And it makes things interesting for sure. Like, relationships are hard work. People like to make it seem like, oh, they're easy breezy. No, they're not. Anybody in a halfway decent relationship will tell you it's not easy. Some days are better than others, but it's never super easy. And I would say that's definitely true, at least for my husband and I, because he... How do I put this in a way that people will understand? Me being with him, he's a very, like, he does what he wants, and the blight is over, but he does what he wants, he's pretty unapologetic about it, and I had to learn that from him, because I grew up and I was raised to be a people pleaser, and so I never could say no to people. I was always trying to make everyone else happy, and it really damaged me to the point where, like I said, I couldn't do things that I thought would upset somebody else, like my family or, you know, friends or anything like that. Okay, this duper just needs to die already. How are you still alive? You have like 0 hit points left. Bro. Die. You got a bow and arrow. Oh my gosh, I got killed by a freaking archer. That is an insult in this game. But I brought stability to him because he's, like I said, he's very, does whatever he wants, and he lacks self-regulation. Yeah, it's a rough situation sometimes because when I want to do things a certain way, and I'm like, no, this is like what logically makes sense, this is the more proper way to go about this, and he's like, no, I want it this way. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. That's where we get into arguments, is I try to logically, rationally think about what's best for everyone involved, and he's just, this is what I want, and we're gonna make it happen. I'm like, no, that's not how this is gonna work. Which, it's not a bad way to be, but I'm so used to sticking within the letter of the law, and like I said, I try, and it's funny because I am very emotional, but when it comes to decision making, I am the more logical minded one. Because I'm emotional, but I'm not going to let that dictate my choices. And like he is also like a big spender. I am not. Sometimes it feels like I would rather have a root canal than actually spend money. So he's kind of broken me of that a little bit. Like every now and then I'll splurge on something. So I guess so long as you're bringing out healthy things in each other, it's fine. We also bring out bad things in each other. Like, before he and I got together, I didn't really have a spine. Like I said, that people pleaser, like, oh, I don't want anybody to be upset. And now I'm like, if I think this is a wrong decision, or if I don't like something, I'm like, you know what? No, this is BS. And he kind of created his own worst nightmare, because now when we're arguing about whether or not to do something, I'm like, you know what? No. And now I'm like, no, I'll fight with you. Like, I'm not just going to agree. I'm not so agreeable anymore. I am to a certain extent, because, like, I still don't want people to be upset with me, but, like, I let things be known when I am unhappy. We need those. There we go. One. Oh, I took a nap instead of sleeping. Whoops. Yeah, see, that's the fun part of being with an assertive person, is learning how to have a backbone, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, this is not what I had intended. And it's not like he's trying to, like, bully me into things, but, like, where before it would just be like, oh, hey, like, I want this, or I want to go do this. Now I'm like, you know what? No. Like, I wouldn't say if it doesn't benefit me, but if it's something that I'm like, you know what? No, this just doesn't seem like a good idea. I'm way more vocal about it. Which, like I said, leads to some interesting times. It's all about balance. The rule that I live by, one of the things that I agreed with myself before I ever even entered into a serious relationship, was I will never ask anything of my partner that I would not be willing to give of myself. So if I'm going to ask him to do something, it cannot be something that I would not also be willing to do. Or, like, I would not ask him to put forth an effort that I myself am not willing to do. Which, to me, that was only fair and logical. And I'm like, this is what we're going to go with. So I try to be, like I said, as fair and balanced as I can. But also, sometimes when one person has an idea, it objectively is better than somebody else's idea. Sometimes that happens. And yeah, it seems kind of unfair sometimes, but generally speaking, when you have one person who is more logical and whose plans and the consequences of said plans are more well thought out, like, yes, it seems skewed because your ideas always get picked, but you tend to make better choices. So I'm not saying that the wife is always right, but I do happen to be right most of the time. But like I said, it's a balance, and sometimes even if you think your partner is making some really questionable choices, sometimes you gotta take the L because some battles are not worth fighting. Yeah, I fully understand that because I was that way for a very long time. I ended up having a lot of nervous breakdowns because, like, late high school, early college, I felt so much pressure because I wanted everyone to be happy with my choices. I wanted to make the right choices. And to be perfectly honest, it was killing me. I would, like I said, quite literally have nervous breakdowns. I couldn't adjust to things anymore. I was so worried about what everyone was going to think, how my choices were going to affect other people. I did not take myself into consideration very much. And when I finally started, it was the hardest thing. It made me so sad. I cried all the time because I was like, I'm going to disappoint people. And I was like, I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to, hurt anybody with my choices. So it was a really hard lesson to learn, to start listening to myself. But then I had, like, I go through these bouts of, like, epiphanies. And I was just like, like, if my friend was telling me the situation, what would I tell them? And most of the time, it would be extremely kind. Like, this is your life. You're the only person who has to live it. You need to do what's best for you. Like, and if I would give that advice to my friend, why wouldn't I treat myself just as kindly? I'm like, if this is the advice that I would give a friend to help them live a full and fulfilling life, why would I not give myself the same consideration? Why is this spot, like this one spot is just like, no, we don't want to be planted here. Because these rows are not too close. I just don't think. I didn't like that. Well, I guess we're moving this way. So yes, I had to learn to be as kind to myself as I would be to a friend. Because we are much meaner to ourselves than we ever would be to a friend. Because, like, where I would tell myself, you're overreacting, like, this is a non-issue, like, why are you just being a baby? I would never say that to a friend. Like, if I saw a friend struggling in a similar situation, I would be like, it's not your fault, like, you just, like, take a step back, just breathe. I'm like, So, lesson to all of you. Be as kind to yourself as you would be to a friend. Like, imagine a friend going through the same situation, and imagine what you'd tell them. Because a lot of the times we treat other people a lot better than we would treat ourselves. Just a thought. Food for thought. You deserve as much kindness and consideration as you would give to somebody else. And there's a bandit who's just waiting to attack. Not my corn! I'm like point blank, just like... Oh my gosh. I'm overshooting. Why is he not attacking? Is it because we're on my farm? I'm like tempted to get close, but my health is still recouping. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's go attack him with the sword. Nope, nope, he will still attack. Oh, I missed. We're all fighting in completely different directions. Oh, combat in this game is weird. There we go. But yes, small food for thought, people. Snack for the brain, if you will. Like, especially if you're going through a rough situation. Like I said, just imagine a friend was going through the same thing. You would be kind and loving and considerate towards your friend. Be a friend to yourself. Also, this wolf's gonna drive me crazy. I didn't want a fight. I just came to the woods to check things out. I swear that's always the case in this game. I'm like, I wasn't trying to kill anything. I just wanted to go through the woods. I went for a walk and the enemies found me. Also, in this game, crops will stay around till the next season, usually, and they'll kind of hang out for like 1 or 2 harvests. Because I thought that was extraordinarily weird. I was expecting, like, all of my crops to just, like, wither and die at the end of the season. No, that is not true. Also, Lily, if you're still listening, a backbone. You can have a backbone and still be nice. I promise. I know that was one of my biggest worries. I'm like, if I start standing up for myself, I'm going to be mean. No. Standing up for yourself is not mean. It's being nice to yourself. One of the hardest lessons I ever had to get through my stubborn head was that standing up for myself does not mean that I'm being mean to other people. It means that you are firm and respecting yourself and setting boundaries. And if you set boundaries and people go against those, you are not mean for telling them that they are going against your boundaries. It's not a mean thing. You are maintaining your personal health, well-being, your sanity sometimes. Because I remember the first couple times, and this was before me and, like, everyone having the realization, oh, hey, by the way, she hasn't touched the tism. Before that, I did not like hugs. My mom always demanded on hugging me. And I got so angry and uncomfortable, and finally one day I told her, do not touch me. I was like, I do not want to be touched. And she was very hurt and very offended, and then I felt like crap, but I was like, no, stand my ground. If I don't want to be touched, I don't have to be touched. And, like, I felt bad for a while, but I'm like, no, like, this is a boundary that's going to keep me feeling comfortable. it's also going to keep our relationship better because I'm not going to be getting mad at her for touching me. I'm much better with hugs now, and my mom has respected my boundaries and will only approach me for a hug if I am willing to accept a hug. And even if I am willing to accept a hug, she like backs off when I start to back off, she backs off. Oh, what did I buy? I bought something. There we go. So it is okay to set boundaries, and that does not make you a mean person. That's my PSA. And it's funny because you can really tell who values and appreciates you based on who will listen to your boundaries, because people who tend to say that you're a bad person for setting boundaries are people that like to cross boundaries. And they're people who don't take other people into consideration.
Hope everyone enjoys it here. Please follow the stream.
It's like I tell people, I'm like, it's like people who hate cats. Cats are fiercely independent, and you can't be a jerk to a cat. If you cross a cat's boundary, you will know, and they will not like you. So people who usually say, oh, I hate cats, you hate creatures that are not okay with you crossing boundaries. So, this is the conclusion that I have come across. Because that's the same, like, they're like, oh, cats are just jerks. I'm like, why? Oh, because they swat at you. Were you deliberately poking at the cat? Were you doing something it didn't like? Yeah, no, it's, the cat's letting you know it doesn't like that. It's not a jerk, it's telling you you're being a jerk. No offense to any guys, but usually it's guys who come to that conclusion. That they're like, cats are jerks. I'm like, no, they're not. I also have cat personality, so. And it's funny, I get along with people who have dog personality, who are just like super extroverted, like want to be friends with the world. I get along with them pretty well, but at the same time I'm like, whoa there. Cause my coworker Tiff, she is major dog personality. She just wants everyone to like be friends. She's like super chatty. She'll chat up random people who come into the office, and I'm like, are you like best friends now? Like, she talks to everyone, and she and I get along great, but I'm like, girl, like, whoa there, calm down. Okay, so this stone actually opens up to this little grove, and this is where hardwood stumps will form. So if you're ever needing hardwood, they don't spawn like super fast, but they're usually decent. But let me get another uptime, because this might be the last day on this stream. Yeah, hour and 15. Okay. So we'll check the crops, see if they need watered. I don't think they will. But if they do, we'll water them, and then we'll go to sleep. I feel like I talk about random things, but sometimes I get into like really deep conversations. Okay, there we go. Things are watered. We are going to go to sleep. So it switches like right in the middle of the nighttime. Because if you look right here at the time dial, there's daytime, afternoon, and then nighttime. Which is kind of strange, but like, I get it. Okay, so let's save again. And then we'll go to the main menu. And with that, I will say thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Lily, Sinister, I love you both. I hope things get better. I'm always here if you need me. Everyone else, I'm so glad that you got to come watch the stream and watch me ramble about nonsense. But I will be back on Monday. And I will be posting a vote next week. This week was just really heavy on mental health, and I just needed some time and just some comfort. But I will be posting the vote again next week. So, until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is to you, and I hope you